Amnian Nights. We are in Athkatla. The group have chores and things on their minds. How are we all feeling in character today? Having just spoken to Lady Azuria.
Yes, typically Sirius. Sirius still thinking about Atticus, I guess, and that sort of looming choice.
She's always thinking about Atticus.
Obsidian.
Obsidian's thrilled.
At what? Some serious support and a chance to kill Atticus.
That too. So he doesn't think about Atticus too much on the daily. It's just something that will inevitably happen at some point.
Asher.
Asher doesn't really Atticus is so not her problem. Obviously, if he attempts to kill her, she will obviously try and defend herself. But she's not out on a mission of destruction or anything. It's messy family affair. And while he was fun to hang out with, it turns out he was a dick. So she'd rather just not have her path cross his ever again.
I'm sure it won't.
What?
I'm sure we won't.
Surely not. Though I feel like Asher was feeling kind of bad because the whole conversation about that dude in the magic shop.
Genius.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit like, shit, did we seriously fuck that up? It's like, oh yeah, no, he's just has he been doing secret missions in the city this whole time? Has he been oh my god, we just left a rabid dog roaming the streets and we're I'm sure that'll be fine. And now she's a little preoccupied with how they just totally dropped the ball on that. And it's oops, I think we really fucked that up. So she's a little preoccupied in her thoughts as they're walking along.
And where are you walking along to? Or are you just kind of aimlessly walking as you digest the conversation?
Where are we walking to? I got my reagents. I feel like I don't really need anywhere else to go.
Well, you are in Athkatla. You are at the southwest of Athkatla. Azurian Manor doesn't have a marker. Let's give it one. Azurian Manor. Let's have a look. It should be... Oh, let's get this set up properly. I think I set everything as 1.5. Let's give it a little icon. It needs a nice house, doesn't it?
Is this in the lore thing?
No, this is on the map of Athkatla. And I'll tick the name. Okay, so you now have Azurian Manor.
Yeah, in the lore thingy, right?
Oh, yeah, on the town map.
Yeah. I was is there somewhere else I'm supposed... Okay. I see it.
Is there no... All those icons and one of them's not a house? What if I don't want to use one of your fancy pants icons, Ripper? What if I just want a house? As if drawn by a child. Sorry, Obsidian.
Azurian Manor, if it matters to you, is the only one that's marked with a name on the map currently.
There we go. Sorted. So yeah, you're in that district, and the scepter district, and leave, and I presume head back into the city
Mhm.
proper.
Right. If we decide to head towards the guild again, which at some point I imagine we will, we could pay a visit to the Watch. We have cooperated in the past, and they could have gotten new information about what happens in the city. There might be some activity that could be interesting to us. I don't know if it's a great lead, but still might be worth keeping up with them.
Okay.
I'm keen to follow up on that young man we sent to that tavern to see if he could get in with the firebrands. Not sure that the watch would be keeping an eye on him, but maybe he got arrested. We could definitely stop by, but I'd like to. I think it's time for us to check that tavern out with our own eyes.
Sire, would you know if there's a temple of Sylvanus in the city? You have made several trips to the temple district, I recall.
I do go running around there every day. DM, have I come across it?
There absolutely is.
Hmm.
But so I don't have it set up, but I can in a matter of seconds because it is not a complicated map. In fact, didn't you? Oh no, Mr. Death didn't make it.
No.
I was just thinking of. There certainly is one, and I think. Yep, there we go. It doesn't have music or an NPC, but several places have had that appear after the fact. Temple of Sylvanus.
May I ask, what's your interest in the Temple of Sylvanus?
Yes, ask him that, Gija. Stall for me.
Well, the connection to Coravellium.
Have you been reading something I haven't?
I have read a great many deal. Read it all. Those long evenings on the boat. Yes, and books about celestials. I mean, Coravellium, as it happens, just shows up everywhere, it would seem. It's a dragon, it's a coatl, it's an old Yuan Tai goddess from a pantheon that apparently has been the dominant one on the continent for quite a time, and a pantheon that seems remarkably familiar to me. As we journey and meet those creatures and hear about them. And it might be just the fact that my world has been much smaller for the majority of my life. But I can't stop but seeing parallels between all those old gods and creatures that, well, I have either witnessed or prayed to for a long time. Not sure how to seek clarity on those matters, but Temple of Sylvanus seems like a lead.
Well, by the sound of it, a temple of, in her words, Avast is exactly where we were expected to go shortly. The Yuan-Tis tome on their deities mentioned that one of the names for the cultivator is Coravellium Avast, and she's tasking us with going to the Temple of Avast. It seems like it's meant to be, don't you think?
Did she give us directions?
I think she gave us some information.
About, sorry, Azuria
Some-
and the temple.
Mhm.
Yeah, the
No,
halls.
she was like, when you've conducted all your business, this isn't going anywhere. When you've conducted all your, basically, I didn't want you touching back down in Athkatla and feeling like you had a sword dangling to be like, go, 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 get out of town. You're going to be here for a while in town. When you feel like things are wrapped up and you're a bit stretched to things to do, that's when we go pick up the next part. So it is a low pressure. The world is in danger, but on above the table, low pressure.
I was thinking about what one of those books said about those touched by the cultivator, she who brings the dews at dawn. Clearly you have, Sire, a connection with her, maybe stronger than some others. I was wondering if you'd ever... I mean, obviously there are some, similarities, ways that you maybe represent your skin, the feathers, and as a Yuan Ti deity, I was kind of wondering whether you thought maybe there's part of you that has Yuan Ti blood.
Oh,
It could be purely the Corvellium herself, but I don't know. I was just wondering since the two seem very connected.
My brother's a
Did-
fucking
did-
snake.
did this city in your world, did she know anything about her parentage? I mean, I remember nothing before the age of something like 6.
I'm afraid it's the same, basically. We always did wonder, though.
I mean, I've known of the strangeness of my nature since I was a child. My adopted father made no secret of it. In fact, he seemed there was always a mild pressure to live up to some sort of defined purpose that I was not really allowed to forget. And yes, whether you auntie or celestial, I mean, clearly the imagery of the feathers paints a clear picture, and I've never met anyone with feathered hair before.
Well, the Yuan Ti do come in lots of shapes and sizes, so maybe we'll learn more at some point.
Her eyes kind of dart to Asher, sort of wondering if she has hidden feathers somewhere that are not visible.
Just in wings.
I feel like Pip's the only one that's
Seen the
seen
her feathers.
Well, my cracks. Yeah.
You should be. Not the best way of wording that.
It's dawning on me now. The phrasing.
I mean, it's true that I never felt very connected to the pantheon of my family's upbringing. There was a lot of religious teachings of Tyr and Thorn and Light Thunder, but I'm afraid they went in one ear and out the other. I was never a very good student, but perhaps they just didn't quite resonate with me.
If the books that we have gathered were to be believed, you wouldn't be the only one with celestial lineage to have such traits and feathers. All this. The celestial thread, I believe, is one of the books. It mentions that in the southern jungles, there are records of such. And those also seem to be linked to traits that would fit very easily with Coravellium.
Questions upon questions upon questions.
And as you
Well, at least
these watch house, Sylvanus. You've gone for. Tried to go for the Forgotten Realm. You've mixed up the Forgotten Realms and the World of Warcraft name and arrived at neither. Watch house, Sylvanus, Garden Room. Oh, what order?
No, I was
You're
just
building a
listing
to-do
them so
list.
I didn't forget.
I thought these are like.
No
I
particular
thought you were
order.
like, watch your house, see Sylvanus, ? Profit, sort of like steps.
No, it was just so I didn't forget in no particular order.
Okay, well, you arrive at a lovely temple to Sylvanus. We'll say that any
Well, I'm still looking at the map.
any statues you see
are we-
that do not
So are we
have-
passing by the watch house then? Because we are going to the other side of the city, right? So would we make that stop,
Not
or are
every
we going
temple.
directly to the...
Not every temple
Oh,
is
okay.
in the temple district.
Okay.
How the poor folk pray. We will say that it is on the way over towards all this
Okay.
stuff.
Sure.
And any statues that do not have antlers, we will say do have antlers. But yeah, the temple, this will be resolved for any future visits. The temple is busy. It is immediately apparent that this is a bit of a meeting place. You see a few like community forums and discussions happen. Even before you speak to anybody, you can see from the crowds and the way the place is running and the way the groups are set up, food is clearly being given out here to some of the less fortunate. You are crossing through probably the poorest part of the city, either here or over near the Copper Coronet are the two real rough parts. But that's a bit of a more like industrial and commercial sort of abandonment over that side. Here you have gone through like the slums of the city. So yeah, there's a lot of, and you see robes and priestesses and acolytes, and you're handing out a lot of fresh fruit and bread and things like that, and an almost constant cycle of people. But yeah, you approach.
Second.
Doors, we'll say, would be open.
Oh.
Yeah, and from further in the depths of the building, as you are outside, you hear that some sort of small musical performance is taking place, just the hymns and prayers of the church.
Is this like a giant tree?
Yeah, there's like a really ornate chandelier made from part of a tree beneath.
Just wonder how come we've never arrived here in the first place. Just speaks to Sirai.
I mean, I wasn't particularly looking for. It's only most recently that we started talking about gods. I thought this was all about dragons, but I guess they're one and the same.
Yes, there seems to be quite a bit of overlap there. Oh, I mostly mean when we're looking for places, well, when you were mostly leading in the donation ritual of yours.
Guess that's old family habits, just to go straight to the ones that I guess I grew up around and singing hymns to. I don't get me wrong, it's not that I have a particular strong or weak divine devotion. I guess I've always felt foreign, you know? You grew up in a mountain with a clan. I grew up as significantly other. So all the rituals feel that way to me.
Ever since reaching the city, I do feel quite foreign. All the time.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, I was never one much for religion, but I have to say this place is beautiful. And so peaceful.
Can you all hear the guitar?
Yes.
Sire and Asher would both immediately recognise that this song is the same as the choral, the vocal song that you've heard at several points. But obviously, this is Obsidian and Pip's first time hearing the song.
And tries to lock eyes with Asher to see if she's recognized the song.
Does this sound familiar to you?
That's what we hear before we disappear to the statue meditation room.
Isn't this what those dudes were singing? Like at the...
Yeah.
No, I was asking.
Oh,
Asher was asking that. You know, the dudes with the crazy masks and things.
Yeah, and then also in this serpent temple.
I'm gonna go
This same music.
to the lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's dressed a bit more quietly and a bit less barred. She's a bit thrown together, and there's a group around her who are just sort of sat and chatting and clearly just having some sort of Sunday school type casual chatter, and just gives you a polite smile as you come over, just assuming you're going to join, with gestures to the floor and thinking that you want to come sit down.
I'll do the. Excuse me, sorry. What's the name of that tune?
Oh, it doesn't have one. It's just an old score sheet, an old prayer book.
Beautiful song. What prayer book? I'd love to learn
I think it's just the harvest prayers. I think you're best asking the father, and points over to the figure with no race. You decide. We can say it's some tall Malfurion-esque character, or it can just be actually Basalt Bobo Bob, who you spoke to briefly in the Copper Coronet on your first night in Athkatla.
it. The dude with the potion.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know which is funnier. I will thank her and head over to this mystery figure who I will not decide what he looks like. Just be like, hi.
Good afternoon.
Asher, pleasure to meet you. Do you happen to have any spare prayer books, particularly like the Harvest book?
The harvest book?
Or something. The lovely bard over there was talking about the harvest prayers, harvest songs, something like that.
And he just sort of politely glances over your shoulder and gives you another smile.
God, I'm gonna turn around. Is she fucking not there?
Yeah.
She's not there?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm gonna look back at him and be like, oh, you know what? So sorry. Sorry to waste your time. different place I was thinking of. You know.
So
got confused.
Obsidian and Pip did hear the music being played.
Okay, but did we see the person also? Oh.
I
Oh.
just went up and talked to no one apparently in front of all of you.
Oh.
That's
that-
fun.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
No.
Siri saw her though.
Literally was.
Yeah.
Siri could see it too.
Yeah. Sorry for wasting your time. Thank you. Sorry again.
If I could have a moment of your time, I wonder if you could help me with something, miss.
Oh.
And he sort of steps away.
Yeah.
Well, he disappeared too in a moment.
That was
There's no one in the temple, actually.
that was rather.
There's no fucking temple. We're standing in a shed in an alleyway.
And he looks out at Obsidian. Just if I could have a moment with her, please. A sensitive issue for an old man. Thank you. He's like,
I'm gonna send the echo with me with just to keep an eye.
the visible
Sorry.
swirling.
Yeah. But, he can dismiss. He's just. Can I roll a stealth check?
This feels odd.
He's just playing the fountain.
Okay.
We just met him.
Yeah, he sort of glances and looks over and like, that was an unusual question. Do you need help? Do these people have you against their will? Against your will? And he makes like quite a show of, like his shoulders hurting or something, like he's talking. He's like, I can summon for the guards discreetly if you need.
Oh, no. Listen, this is kind of embarrassing. It's a very long story, but basically, there's this. I think there's this god that is interested in me and what I have going on in my life. And there's these things.
From one type of crazy to another for this guy.
He's like, this is my brand. Let's go. Yeah, sometimes I hear this music and see things that aren't there, and it seems to be like, this entity or whatever. I'm not really sure if it's a god, but anyway, something out there. It seems well-intentioned, so that's nice, but just messing with me a little bit. It's all good. I saw a lady praying a song, and she said the song was from the Book of Harvest prayers, and to ask you about it. And when she wasn't there, this sort of thing happened more than you would think.
Sort of glances at all the bandages up your arms. We have food and.
No,
fresh
really,
water?
I am okay. No, again, my name is Asher Basher. I'm an alchemist and an adventurer,
Do you
by
think
trade.
that Sylvanus has taken a
Oh,
specific
no,
interest in you?
not Sylvanus. Apparently some buddy of hers. His. I'm so sorry.
This isn't
Listen,
World of Warcraft.
I'm new to all this. My family that I grew up
He looks up
with.
at the statue of the broad, bearded antlered.
Oh, right, yeah. No, listen, I
A-
wasn't really raised
A
in a
friend
home
of
with
Sylvanus?
gods. Sorry. Yeah, some,
And he seems like genuinely. Oh! I see, right. Okay. A bit of a scholar.
Is she a god?
That's subject to a huge amount of theological debate within the church and without.
Yeah, both, within my friends and without, apparently. It seems.
Oh, you're all followers.
Well,
You all feel that.
followers is a really strong word. We are aware of her, and we're trying to work. Followers is a strong word.
Hmm?
Acquaintances, friends, maybe. I don't know.
Well, if you'd like to, if you and your friends have any questions or academical matters we can go through, I'd be happy to sit down with you all and enjoy a good theological discussion.
I gotta be honest with you. There
I'll
was
let
like,
you pick some fresh fruit. And gestures to the trees
I
behind
really
him.
do. I am just fine for food. I gotta tell you.
Oh, that was concern. This is manners.
Oh, okay. Because I do.
It's important to make them eat.
Don't want to eat anything here now. No, I'm not really keen on the whole theological debate thing. I wouldn't even know how to have a conversation like that, especially with someone who,
Well, we
you
simply
do this for a
discuss the
living.
facts. I mean, it isn't like how strange these conversations get. It isn't like anybody can suggest the gods aren't real.
Well, no, that would just piss them off. But it's more just like the whole question of what makes a god. And it almost seems like you have to get to a certain level of notoriety or power before you get there. And it's like, at what point are you just like
What have you been
a
reading?
really large winged lizard versus like a god able to shape events of a world? I don't know where that.
Many perfectly mortal beings have been able to shape the fate of a world. To become a god is a very straightforward process. A being that has undergone apophysis and assumed a portfolio and has been sanctioned by Aelvi Allfather. It's terribly straightforward.
I'm so sorry. Again, you seem like a swell guy, and I would hate to lead you on in any sort of topic that you're very obviously passionate about. But if
As
I'm
you're
honest,
saying this, you hear
lost me
that
a bit.
group sat over where the bard wasn't, finishing some sort of prayer, and you all hear that their sign off from their prayer is Avast.
What were they crowded around if not her?
They were just sat and
Oh my god.
chatting,
Did that
having a
from
little,
all of them.
having a little hot yoga session, green yoga.
Hey,
At which point did I lose you? Sorry, was it a discussion of portfolios or?
I'm not really sure. It just kind of.
He thinks you're a terribly troubled young woman.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Could you possibly do me an enormous service?
Yeah.
I, fool that I am, overbaked bread this morning, and I would be terribly grateful. I hate to be wasteful. I would love it if you could take it off my hands and just find someone, if there's even a homeless child or something like that, just somebody who you could give it to. It would really, you don't have to eat it, but obviously if you don't find someone to pass it on to, best not wasting it. Would you do me the service of taking it off my hands? I simply have so much to do today.
Yeah, of course. I would love to help you out with that. Of course, yeah.
And he gestures for you all to follow, and he's like, please, I have something that I think will help your friend.
God.
Right. Well,
So did you ask him
So
about
quick.
Coravelium?
He's taking a break for it.
Asher just grabs some. Sorry, Siri just grabs Asher. Is like, so did you ask him? Did he tell you about Coravelium? Did you hear that they said Avast at the end of it?
Yeah, so here's the thing. That bard super wasn't there, wasn't real, and that whole interaction was imaginary. He now
No,
thinks I'm
not
crazy.
imaginary. No, but
Um,
not. I saw it too.
Right, but like you and me are the same kind of crazy, I think. I fear. A little bit right now. We have
I'm not
the
crazy.
same sickness, whatever it is. And that sickness may well be just that a god is really interested in us and trying to help us, we hope. But
No,
anyways, we now have a priest that thinks I'm in need, and he's trying to give us baked goods so that like we have food or something. We're gonna have to stop by an orphanage or something on the way after this.
Ashavasha?
Oh yes, hi.
Wait,
Now that I come to realize it, I also have too much cheese. So I've just put a few bits in here. And I don't want the cheese to break and crumble. So there's also a blanket in here as well, just to keep it all bundled together. This, if you could find somebody who you think would benefit from that, it really would be grateful.
Yeah, thank you.
And
Thank
there
you
are
so much.
directions back to the temple on a card
Yeah, thank
in
you.
the pocket.
This is very wonderful of you.
I'm just imagining like Obsidian, like, she thinks the monkey is the sultan. And he hands over this concern package.
Thank you. This is really
These are your
wonderful.
friends, are they?
Yes, these are my friends. This is Obsidian and Sarai and Pip.
And you all are good friends with Asher. You all take care of Asher, you take care of each other.
Yes, pleasure to meet you. We primarily are residing in the Adventurers Guild whilst we're in the area. Nice to meet you.
He just seems a bit like, oh, he's very normal.
I feel like Asher wouldn't, but just trying to. This is Pip. He's from a here that's not here. This is Sarai. just going through and trying to describe in layman's terms everyone in this party would just worsen things so much for her.
Oh yes, I'm not from Athkatla. I'm from Sarai. This is Sarai, and I grew up on the outskirts of Waterdeep.
Ah, you've travelled quite a ways.
I just think that we've been drawn here by fate. I think.
wait, the
Are
echo
you
is
all
Cora is around.
hungry? As you can see, I have an abundance. I'd be happy to feed you while we talk.
Oh no. This will be more than enough. More than enough. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm not sure it's lunchtime yet, is it?
I think our hunger is more of a knowledge type.
Oh, I like
Oh.
it. That's a wonderful way to put it.
I always have a hunger for knowledge.
Lo and behold, a table and chairs, the only instruments needed to sate such a hunger. Please. If you have questions or thoughts, I would be happy to discuss them with you.
Right. I'm not sure how many of those questions
Are
were
you
asked
joining
by,
us, Asher?
Yeah.
by Asher already. I suppose
I'm happy to cover a topic more than once.
what interests me most right now is, do you know if there are places of active cult of Coravellium right now?
Hers is a name that comes up infrequently, but
Really?
all within the dogma of the church, always in the highest regard. She was some described her as a consort of Sylvanus during the time of troubles. Others just that she has always been a steadfast champion of Sylvanus, but also other deities of nature and life. She was not beholden to any one god, but she clearly aligned herself with those values and fought, on occasion, violently to protect them, but normally her motives are described in the brief references we make in the texts of being more complex and far-stretching. As for active, I do not know of any with her death. Direct worship very much came to an end. It was a terribly upsetting time for many, I'm told. Temples abandoned overnight.
Well, she is dead.
Oh, yes.
Well, we have rested amongst her bones, as
We've
far as
also
I
been
recall.
We've also been
Traveled
told
that far
sometimes.
north for your adventures.
Yes.
But if she, okay, and this comes back to my earlier question of like, at what point will you ascend? If she reached a level of deity, then surely a physical form was no longer needed for her to have some sort of ability to influence the world, right? She can still persist. She seems to still be persisting.
Well, the lessons your grandparents taught you. If they are gone and you continue to live by their values, then they continue to persist and influence the world. They're not. You don't need to be a god
This is
to
more like if
live.
Grandma, after passing, popped her head out of the cupboard and snuck me into the pantry for a few minutes for a last minute, like, talk, you know, and just kept doing that.
Father, sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I haven't made one up yet. We'll say it's
I
Father.
We still don't know what he looks like.
Yeah. Father
Carrie.
Fab for now.
Father Fab.
For now.
Fab. What Asher's
You know
trying
what?
to convey is that
Bear
we have
mantle. Father Bear Mantle.
Father Bearmantle. What Asher's trying to convey is that we believe we have been commuting with the spirit of Coravelium, or perhaps a consort of hers. I mean, she sort of looks at her hair. Her presence seems very more than a grandparents' wisdom passed down to generations. Is there anyone or any place we could seek some more counsel on this?
You could. There is the only remaining temple I know of, but it is about 100 miles south, in the midst of deep swampland.
Is that where we were, or?
I know, isn't that where
His
we
description and direction ties in with what you know to be called the Temple of the Two Shadowed.
Oh, I'm sorry, I think we've actually already been there.
That was the place we
We get
communed.
around.
That was the first time we communed, if that is what happened indeed. And we seem to be able to hear a melody that is clearly linked with either Sylvanus or herself.
What is the melody?
The one that Asher was asking about.
Sorry, I mean, how does it go? I have quite the ear.
I don't know if I have quite the voice.
Asher will attempt to hum it.
And
Make a performance check.
City will try to harmonize. Can I give her advantage or disadvantage?
Do you have proficiency in performance?
What do you think?
I don't know.
Absolutely
There are
not.
some that are obvious, and then there are other ones that are more flavour.
Hey, not bad.
He sort of nods along for a moment and says, "Oh, that is very similar. Oh, wait here a moment, please.
He's never coming back.
Guards,
You're going to inform
Even with
Sendax.
his
Guards.
You are. Comes back with Sandax. He's got a little guitar.
They are here,
He's
master.
You know who else is a carpenter? What sounds terribly like an old little melody that we played during services on occasion, called "She Who Brings the Dews."
Oh yes, we know that name from this tome from the Yuan Ti.
And yeah, he basically strums the song out correctly.
Would you have the ability to transcribe this melody down for us?
Yes, it's called sheet music. I can write some up. It might take me a couple of hours to remind myself. It's one thing having the ear and playing, but I'll need to remind myself of the scores. Is it something you urgently need today, or could I get it for you for tomorrow?
No, of course. Tomorrow is fine, and of course we'll pay for your time. We'll consider
Just
it a
make sure
donation.
that I want to see fuller bellies when I see you tomorrow. Yes. Good night's sleep having been had by all. At least 8 hours. You may be formidable, but you look exhausted to Obsidian. And
That's
anyone
what we
who
do
maybe
all.
didn't already know who looks at Obsidian might see that he does seem to be a little tired looking compared to normal. He pulled all-nighter.
Oh, man. Lizards all look the same to me.
Whoa!
Damn.
Father asks firmly but politely to leave.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Not
Surprised.
in character.
The bunny strikes back.
Figure it.
Well, is there anything else I can do for you today, or should I just get to work on that for tomorrow?
What do you need
Right.
to work on for tomorrow?
Transcribing the song from just being
Oh yeah.
heard. It was a minute ago. You were here.
I was. Oh god.
There's perhaps
No, sorry, you go ahead. I had a final question, but
there's perhaps a little bit more clarity that I could gain. You say that there is no active temple or cult, but well, the body of Coravellium is north. Her activity, if I understand it correctly, has mostly been towards the southern part. Is that correct, or is information?
Her activities were all over the continent.
I see.
And
The
beyond.
temple you mentioned.
And there were even records of her being active as far out as the Lantha.
I see. A way to narrow it down. And what is your understanding of the nature of Coravellium? In writing, I have seen her described as a dragon, as a coatl, and, well, obviously there has been traces of worship and praise as a god, goddess.
I do not believe she was a deity in the literal sense. But again, I could be wrong. Beings can achieve power, and none more so and world-changing than dragons. Accounts do often describe her as feathered, of an unusually serpentine neck or nature. I think, were I to choose, or were I to decide for myself, and again, I could be wrong, and I hold myself as fallible before Sylvanus if I am so, but my interpretation of the text is not that she was a traditional deity as sanctioned by All-Father Eo, but that she was simply a tremendously powerful dragon, blessedly aligned herself with forces of good and nature, and turned her back on all forces otherwise. Something of such power could have been a terrible despoiler if circumstances were different. The world is better for her doing as much as she can for as long as she could and did.
Definitely sounds formidable.
Well, carry on.
Sorry, Obsidian, I can't see you, so I can't see you.
Yeah,
That's not how a webcam works.
When you cover, I'm covering his. Okay, maybe I just dragged the window. Sorry.
just go.
Nope.
Okay.
So Obsidian asks.
Yes.
Spirit asks, sorry.
Well, we both were.
Does somebody have a question for me?
Yes. Right. So the only. Sorry, I'm just forming. When it comes to the connection between Coravelium and Sylvanus, how strong was it? Or is it now? You've mentioned potential links, but is it... Sure how
My
to...
interpretation of the text, and I know of several other prominent scholars, is that she was a great agent in the service of Sylvanus.
see.
A champion if ever there was one. I do not believe that she worshipped or served Sylvanus. Her actions were her own, but she recognized that they almost always aligned with the goals of preservation and life.
Well, perhaps I will seek elsewhere then. Well, thank you for your wisdom.
Siri, have a question?
Before we go, and forgive my lack of theological knowledge, our travels might take us to the realm of the Fae. And I think I know Sylvanus is a deity of nature, and the Fae are obviously connected to nature, so we might be seeking passage. And I didn't know if you had any information whether there's a... We know of a couple of gates, but if one perhaps leads somewhere safe rather than somewhere where we would find ourselves immediately lost.
Oh well, but the fundamental but understandable misunderstanding of some of the nature of the Feywild. To enter by a specific point here does not mean you enter at a specific point there. Part of the problem with the Feywild is I could pass through the Sylvan Gate a minute before you, and we could arrive miles away from another. Well, one in day and one in night. Getting there is notoriously unreliable, except for those who have studied for years and decades on the subtle intricacies of how to maneuver through that realm. My advice would be that a guide is always appropriate, and to exercise tremendous caution with the value of your words. The Fey realm places an unusual existential value and enforcement on oaths and vows, promises, agreements, the nature of words. It is easy,
As do I.
It is easy to become confounded, or if you speak too literally, um, and lend yourself to metaphor and phrase of speech, you can find yourself magically obligated to perform or to give away things that seem unreasonable or in fact impossible. Everybody has of course heard the child's tale of the Fae who says, "Oh, may I have your name?" And someone interpreted this to be as curiosity regarding the name, but no, the Fae claimed that person's name. A popular child story, but true and a fair warning. So choose your words carefully when dealing with the denizens of that realm. What business takes you to the Feywild?
We are seeking, and the name is escaping me. Which one was
just
that?
looking for someone who is maybe associated with a real bad dude. We're trying to, stop them.
Sounds like a noble endeavor.
Oh, trying.
Y-
I will say a prayer for each of you this evening.
Oh. Well, thank you.
You mentioned the guide. Do you mean we'd be able to find someone in this plane that can help us, or
Tremendously unlikely. Sorry, I should have been clear. I meant on the other side, finding an obliging spirit or fey entity who you can reach agreeable terms with. If you know of anybody on this side already with connections that can put you in touch, that is always deeply beneficial. Obsidian, you look pained. Is everything alright?
I'm very pained, but I think about our connection.
I need to ask
The
a favor from the
Feywild.
hag. The hag will help.
Or a certain private eye.
I'm not sure the
No.
private eye will help, but the hag might.
He was low key on our side.
Can work it out with Pip, I'm sure.
So, I shall write down some sheet music for you. I will say a prayer for each of you this evening to Sylvanus. And unless you have more questions, I will see you in the morning. Or at some point tomorrow, at your convenience.
And do you insist that your temple has no need for coin?
Coin can be used to buy food. We run a temple. I will not turn it aside if you are insistent. However, we provide to a lot of children and a lot of families who come to us for their only source of food, and so we must be quite unimaginative and efficient with the provisions we provide. If you are a skilled or talented cook or have the coin to buy any more interesting provisions that are wholesome and hearty for a family, that would be more directly appreciated than simply coin.
We will, as we continue our travels in the city today, we'll make sure to pass by a greengrocer and send a good batch of fresh fruit and vegetables your way.
Deeply indebted.
Okay, I think we've taken enough of Father Bermanto's time. Thank you.
Thanks again. I'm just leaving those things on the table.
Asher, you
Oh.
forgot your bag.
Oh,
I'd ever so
again,
appreciate it if you'd...
So wonderful of you to offer, but I'm really okay.
You're not able to help me?
Yes, of course.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So To Asher, City whispers, "We'll just find an orphan on the way out."
Well, I was thinking.
She
we're
has
stopping
changed what
by-
happened and done it back to me.
We're stopping by the watch house. Like, they've got to have some sort of, like, outreach or something, right? You know,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, can you please stop by Sylvanus' temple? That's where our outreach is.
Okay. So we leave Temple of Sylvanus. Where are we heading to next?
Break.
Yeah, I know, but after that, don't try and time watch me, woman.
I'm gonna get time.
You have to
watched
you
by
have to take
another-
photos of the inside of a child's mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, well, where are we going after our break? Guardhouse on our way to serious
so.
business.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take 15.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. I've forgotten how to. There we go. Actually, so let me just replace you all.
I'm gonna be all.
I can't be replaced.
I mean,
I'm
you
you.
literally have already been replaced in this campaign.
But by me. She just muted, which is good because she's going to be saying something snarky about Atticus.
I was gonna say that if it is you, then that might make my decision to save Atticus easier.
Because I'm really nice.
But what will you do when Pip betrays you and you have to work out which of your two deceptive brothers? I think I've shared bits of each of you, but I do love how often, like, it will be a Saturday morning, 3 a.m, and like Luca will tap me in the middle of the night, and I'm like, what did you say? I'm really sick of waiting for Pip's betrayal. When's he gonna, like, because Monkey doesn't do or say anything by accident. Pip is gonna betray us, isn't he? And I'm like, go to sleep, and she's like, I hate
I
ya.
actually told Mr. Death about this when he was out here. I was like, listen, here's my theories.
I'm just so glad that no one expects the Siri betrayal. Join
Oh, no, we
There you
do.
go, she's a bitch in one universe.
I actually mentioned that just, Gladstones.
Yeah.
By the way, hashtag not a Gladstone. Like,
Well, that's
You've been
the
telling a lot of people.
that's a
I'll
very
be-
Mormons will
that
say
is-
you are.
I'll
that
be
is a
really
very-
honest. Can I
that is
share?
a very
Can I share?
lucky Thor defense,
Can I share one of
Adopted.
my version of? Well, you say that my version of Lucas 3 in the a.m. Saturday. I had a very shivering thought the other day because I haven't heard back from Vander, and I don't know. I cannot know right now if the Gladstone patriarch is. I hate that this might give Harrison some ideas, because he very much was like, protect him, So, like, my mandate was to protect Atticus. So, and I wrote to him, haven't heard back.
So if he is alive, he's really disappointed.
Yeah, I mean,
Or he's in on it.
You just-
hasn't been
You just
home.
join
And
Sandex.
been like, you wouldn't believe it. Sarah went to the dark side. I tried my best, Pop, but she's just gone evil. Blah 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 blah. And then, like, now you're the evil one of the family in all of their eyes.
I think the nefarious version, like the one that gave me cold sweats, was that because Pip's mom is a different woman. That, like, somehow in this version, Gladstone's, like, as in like Vander and Gladstone, is somehow connected to Sendax. So it's not just Atticus; it kind of like goes up. And I feel do not if that's not do not, Harrison, I can see you. And I didn't want to say anything because I was like, I'm so worried I'm gonna give Harrison ideas. But like there's definitely like the thoughts crossed my mind that it's not just Atticus, that it's also gonna be
Where
eventually.
are you typing?
In my notes. No, I was just typing a DM
Cause I
to Sendax.
is the DM shut up.
No.
Because I have thoughts of, anyway. Let's just go talk to my.
I sent you a DM.
I never had thoughts. That's your first mistake.
Oh, it was. Oh, that was a while ago.
Yeah, but it was at the start of a campaign. But I remember things like that. Unless you're saying, "Hey, DM, I wish to remove."
Do not. Well, I'm not.
And I can be like, "Let's go."
Huh. Interesting. Interesting.
Right, Sergeant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you approach the gates, behind which is just stood a large golem that you remember. Well, maybe you remember. You remember it's a member of the Watch, and it has a rank.
Captain Crunch, Sergeant Bash, something like that.
He's a sergeant.
Oh, I know.
Sergeant Smash.
Sergeant Bash. Sorry, he's listed off Robot Wars. No,
Yes.
Matilda. Sergeant Splatter.
Mm-hmm.
And he stood there with a little hat on, and like looks up as you all arrive, saying, "Have you done a crime?"
Do many people come around here and confess to committing crimes?
If I ask loudly, sometimes.
Right. No, we have been particularly well behaved and mostly out of town.
Good citizen. Do you need to be told to move along? Or do you have other business?
Well, we mostly wanted to check if there's any new information that could be pertinent. You might recall we have worked.
You're amazed that somehow a blank, expressionless rock somehow managed to look more blank at hearing the word pertinent.
I see.
Carry on.
We have worked before with the commander. Would he be around? Perhaps one of the captains?
I'll be needing your name.
Subsidian.
Stay here, Obsidian. I will make inquiries.
Subsidian will also look around to see if the dog is anywhere to be noticed. Sure. He would be like on the lookout a little bit before we arrived.
Sure.
Just sort of, as he seemed to be wandering in the
And he's
vicinity. A
been-
perception.
Make a perceiving.
Yeah. Yes. It is
What
ongoing.
roles in my role-playing game?
Well-
You scout. You keep a good keen eye out. You've found him in enough situations now that you feel you have a bit of a good eye for the sort of spot
For the
to
hound.
slink and hide. And you're confident that he's not around. You see no
Mhm.
sign of him as you approach.
Okay.
Sergeant Splatter walks over to the all too small doorway, yanks it open, crouches a little bit and leans his head inside like, "Hey! Got an obsidian here for the commander. Should I tell him you're not here? I can tell him, won't suspect nothing. Oh. Okay. Steps away and where the hell do I have him in this building? Ah. He sees you all just well. Open the gate, Splatter. Let him in. Steps back inside. And yeah, the gates are opened for you. Enter. I will remain here to guard, and because I have to break myself into smaller pieces for a bit to get inside, and it really hurts.
Alright, thank you.
Captain. I'll just nod.
She returns the nod.
Does she always look so angry?
Yes.
It's anger. Anger Boda.
Ah. What can I do for all of you? He comes out from behind his desk.
Well, slightly uncharacteristically, we find ourselves in the city with still a couple days, do I recall correctly? That we have like sort of probably staying around, or am I?
I think in character you'll be in the town for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, okay, but like that, sure. Right. We haven't. Well, we will be sticking around for a bit, and considering our previous encounters, figured it might be a decent idea to check if there's any new troubling. There are new troubling things in the streets. If there's anything that could be relevant to what we have worked on before.
Well,
Have you felt any change after our previous actions?
you mean when you burnt down? Which part? Where you burnt down a warehouse?
the one-
Or
No.
when you were
Specifically the
unusually
ones where we
attacked and
cooperated.
implicated in the massacre of a criminal gang? I'm not sure which. Stuff up a graveyard?
Well, and then we worked together, didn't we?
Okay, we did. And it went fine.
Yes.
Crime, despite your best efforts, has continued in Athkatla.
Well, I imagine.
The drugs have definitely slowed down, at least that type of drug has slowed down. But there's always going to be drugs. A few fires at the moment.
Fires.
Yeah. Which is...
Was anything... Is it unusual for there to be... Is it...
I mean,
alarming?
these are clearly arson. And one of them ended in a full explosion because it was a munitions shop, and that was noisy. A bit of a pain preparing
Right.
surrounded buildings.
And where would those arsons take place? Not around the bridge, by any chance?
Not anything so far, mostly dockside.
Right. That's different then. Is there anything that would... Anything that... Okay. Other than that, he said nothing comes to mind, right?
Yeah, nothing major.
Okay. Alright. Well, it's probably good. Bleed wouldn't hurt. Anything about these arsons that would just link them to any of our previous...
All shopkeepers, all the places of business, all very, very unwilling to speculate on who could have been responsible for the fire. Several rushing to claim that it was due to their own sloppy business practices, but I don't see what element of making dresses and tunics would lead you to burn your shop down.
Right. Oh, one thing I will have to ask you, because I'm not entirely sure. Did we update the guard at the time when we were helping the merchant about what happened there?
With Wilfred Fizzlebang.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, okay. I felt that was the case. I think I recall us giving them like a suspect. Right. Well, more merchants then. So no more trouble around the bridge area.
No, should have. Is there something that you know?
No, nothing new. I was just interested in whether it was a bigger operation.
Looking at getting a checkpoint put on it, to be honest. It's the only bridge in town. Seems to make sense to begin keeping an eye on who's going where, regulating movement a bit.
Alright. Well, and he will look towards the rest of them. Like, I don't believe we have any specific leads that would currently be worth sharing within the city limits.
No, the ammunition shop. Where I can imagine some were hurt. Was anyone killed?
Well, the owner appeared to have been there at the time, so she seems to have been reduced to dust.
You guys can just see how Syria, who's particularly pale, becomes even paler. Right. I have a personal query. Do you mind if we took a look to any recent missing person reports? There's an individual that I had an appointment with that's failed to show up, and I'm just wondering if he'd been reported missing, but by perhaps a loved one or someone that would miss him.
Turns around and said, Clark, how many missing persons reports filed in the last week? It takes a moment. 32. So, it's a busy city with a lot of crime. Do you have any details?
Just the first name, Ronnie.
Ronnie? He sort of says it a bit louder. So I'm assuming potentially also known as Ronald. Or Ron. Probably not Nee. And she's sort of like just leafing through it. Nobody? Nobody with Ronnie or Ronald, or I even took the liberty of checking Ronaldson as a surname. Ronless.
Thank you.
So how long are you in town for? A few days?
Week or
Sure
so.
we know exactly. Depends on how soon we learn of something worth pursuing.
So you still at the Adventurers Guild, I take it?
Yes.
Everyone make me an insight check. In fact, hold on. Serious passive, 1 second.
Hi.
Yeah, he asks that question as almost like a thought. You could you notice, Siri, that he directs it to Angaboda, who gives a nod.
You keeping in tabs on us?
She replies that. As often as I need to.
How many of those arsons, if that's...
Please. 6 currently. Boomhilda's was by far the most significant.
Why does that sound familiar?
That's
Yeah, we were.
Oh yeah, it does.
That's
does.
How's that?
That's the one Siri gave some sass to. Yeah.
I love to think that like Asher went to say that out loud.
We've
Like,
been
why does
there.
that sound
Ooh.
familiar? And just like stopped herself. Don't suppose there's any way we could get like a map of where those fires have happened.
I mean, I'd say that it's police business that you have no interest in, but walking around the streets, you'd notice multiple buildings with black beams instead of roofs. So, and he will mark them on your map, and I will update your map later. But I'll say you don't notice that they're all in a circle around a shady-looking building or even a pentagram.
Okay.
Okay. Would we at this point know what they are? Because we know that there's a munitions shop once.
You would know their shops. I basically haven't fluffed that
Okay.
out yet, but there's not
Okay.
going to be anything where I'm like, guys, it was Milton's and the Adventurers Guild. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that I haven't worked out what they are yet, but Boomhilda's would be the only one that you would have known of at this point.
Probably merchants that weren't playing along. Something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, if I have any investigations that I think would benefit from consultancy with your expertise, I shall send someone along to the Adventurers Guild to see if you're interested. Do you have a going rate or civic service payment enough?
I'm sure the Adventurers Guild sets that rate.
You're settling in very nicely to the city, aren't you? Well, let me not keep you from your day.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Thanks again.
You open the door, and there is just a brick wall in front of you, which steps out of the way with a, oh, sorry,
No
got
worries,
distracted.
Before leaving, Obsidian will turn around, because he would be leaving the last, I suppose, because he was the closest anyway. Well, I myself am quite fine with duty. So,
Good to know.
he'll take his leave then.
Please step back. I will now open the gates.
Right.
The gates are open.
Thank
Get
you.
out now.
Have a nice day.
Thank you. I will try. Is Pip leaving with or lingering?
Now he leaves.
Sergeant Splatter closes the gate and then just sinks back into his almost statue-like pose. Helmet slightly askew. Where to next?
Don't know.
I feel like we should really check out this tavern. I can't believe he killed her.
Check out what?
Boomhilda.
What did you say we should check out though?
Do you remember the man who tried to steal our purse? Or that lady's purse? I can't remember anymore. Just
Who?
Ronnie.
Oh yeah.
Right,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You sent him to the thing.
The copper coronet. Or the other one.
No, yeah, somewhere else to like look out for you. Or
Something smuggler.
track or something.
Yes, he never showed up.
Right. So who did he kill?
I don't think he killed him. I think the firebrands might have killed Boomhilda. I'm saying this out of earshot of Mr. Rockman over here. Do you remember we found out that the shop was providing explosives for the firebrands. And
Do we think this is connected with the previous strong arming of the merchants? It does seem like... Well, if these are all in the port area, presumably they might be looking for hauling contraband via water and then transporting it further into the city, therefore needing locations along the bridge, presumably. Just gaining control over the whole...
That's usually it's very much guerrilla tactics, you know, and things need storage. So it might be they're storing weapons, or maybe they managed to get some supply lines back up for this drug. But they always need safe houses, places to hide.
That's not great if they've got supply lines back open for this drug, because that means they've got another lab.
I'm speculating. I mean, I wish it was as easy as trying to find an arson victim and seeing if we can persuade them to talk to us.
Although, it is quite a different approach to start exploding places.
It's not. Trust me.
I mean, it is quite different from what they have been doing here, apparently, so far. It's been far quieter, I suppose, except for the one that we were involved in. That seemed to be...
That's because they managed to successfully scare him into submission. Bigger
It
city.
might also be unconnected.
It might, but not Bumhilda. I don't think so. I mean, call me
With that
paranoid.
name, it was bound to happen.
DM, does this sound like kind of things that Siri would have found out eventually? That was because she was very much not in the know of the dark side, and then she sort of looked into.
She would know that destabilizing was a big part of some of the stuff that they got up to.
It's a double technique. One hand feeds the poor, the needy, gives them jobs, ingrains themselves. But at some point, if there's a request that is not provided, then you see a different face. I don't know what sort of snake pit. That's a wrong term. Snakes are lovely. I don't know what sort of dark hole we might be wandering into. And Obsidian, I can see you are tired after studying all night. We don't need to pursue this today. If you rather get a long rest for your muscles. Basically, I'm just saying, like, I don't know if we want to go into something that might be a huge fight without being rested.
Do you reckon we will just immediately find them and storm the place?
I don't reckon anything. I know that if we're going to a tavern that was
Yes.
perhaps, might... Yeah, if we go to a tavern where the firebrands are active and I show my face, they will know who I am, and I don't think they will be friendly. So yes, I do expect a fight.
Right. I'm perfectly capable of taking part in one. And I do not think we have the luxury of taking time and not following up on things. Seem to be woefully behind if things are indeed accelerating within the city itself. Let's keep moving.
To confirm, like, Obsidian's not mechanically exhausted.
Hey, I'm
That
just...
would just be if he pushed another.
It's fine.
Hey, this is my teammate. I'm just checking in.
Mhm.
I think before we go, I want to be transparent with all of you. I was truthful when I said to Boomhilda that I was looking forward to finally seeing my uncle again. But I think it would be much to our benefit, and Pip, I know you can hear this, if we were to capture my uncle alive. There's something that's been bothering me. When we saw these meetings with all the lieutenants, all of them were serving someone. A dragon or a dragon-like creature. Lord Sanguinar had Onslaught, etc. We don't know why my uncle was there. We don't know his agenda. And he's an opportunist. He's someone who has high ideals. But ultimately, I think he's a survivor. And I think he'd be much more valuable to us, alive. If that's a possibility.
Well, difficult to tell what the circumstances would be when we meet him, if we meet him at all. But yes, we can try to capture the man.
Well, you let him know that you were in town. Do you think that he might be willing to meet or try and seek you out based on that, or would we have to hunt him down?
We've only just returned, but perhaps I need to be more... I mean, the last person I left word with is now dead. So maybe I need to be a bit more mindful of where I leave a message.
These having this conversation as you're walking through the streets, heading in the general direction of that tavern, as you found like a quiet corner to begin to speak.
I think somewhere where we can't be overheard for a moment, if that's okay. Just because I'm also not saying, I would, if you have an opposition to what I just said, I'd gladly hear it. Guess
there is no opposition. So is that the official party line being adopted? If possible, capture Elias alive.
Sure.
Yeah, and I think if
family trauma, I don't want any of it.
where possible, I think going forward, if we're, I'm just gonna try to like non-lethal damage. I think if I say lethal damage, then lethal damage. But if not, I might just try to like non-lethal damage people.
Oh, what in general? Do you want to say that you
just on the on this sort of line at the moment for now.
The current quest, you're trying to enable no kill mode.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm all ranged, baby. I'm going full kill.
But this is just a zero thing.
Yes, it is.
she's knocking him out, and then Obsidian's like, it's just never been so easy.
That's fine.
He's reckless anymore. So you're having this discussion in the street. Suddenly, everybody your vision vanishes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just all of you at one. Blind. You hear a few shouts, panic from people nearby.
Was there anything that led to us being blind, or was it just immediate?
Suddenly, just everything's dark.
Can I try and cast?
You try and look
What
up.
about
Nothing.
me? Like I was gonna say dark vision
Were you
helmet.
walking around with a helmet on?
I guess not. Probably not. No. It's in my
Yeah,
bag
but it'll
though.
just immediately jump towards the wall. I think there's a wall somewhere there. Yeah.
There is a wall. Yeah, you can jump towards it very easily. And you hear like a few shouts of like, "What is it? What? Get a guard!"
Jim, can I attempt to cast something
Sure.
to try and dispel whatever's happening?
Yeah. You cast dispel magic. Tick off a casting. Yeah. And you just have a moment, each of you, as your vision returns, of just seeing this dark fog cloud around you, the darkness spell rapidly and dissipating. So remove it from you all. Is it just?
Do I see anyone running away?
Make a perception check.
Oh god. Cool.
That I'm proficient in. Can I help?
Well, I presume you also are.
Yeah.
Everyone would make me a perception check here, right?
There you go.
Shoot. Oh.
Happy to.
It's difficult because everyone is obviously looking at you. Like the street has come to a stop, and there's some merchants just passes by, a couple of other like adventurers who all just sort of are stopping, looking around. After quickly ascertaining that, I imagine Obsidian and Sire, a couple of the higher rolls, might check their, look to the rooftops instead. But also, a good. It's dark now. But also, like, a good 10, 12 seconds passed since it happened. And, yeah, you don't see, any cloak running away down the street or anything like that.
Right.
Everybody make me an intelligence check. Pip, you can make yours with advantage.
Favoritism.
Lol.
I am the brightest.
Pip, and for some reason Obsidian. You both make the connection. Well, Pip, you recognise it specifically as being the darkness spell. Obsidian, you obviously recognise it as being magic, even if you're not familiar with the specific incantation. Both of you realise that a magical spell was cast out in the street, and the cowled wizards do not seem to have responded. Is a connection you both quickly make. But after like a few moments of just looking at you very, very strangely and muttering, over the course of the next sort of 20 seconds, the street slowly ramps back up to as it was several minutes ago. The event forgotten by most people.
I check myself over. I haven't been robbed, right?
Same.
You all just made perception checks. I'll use that same perception check and say that none of you notice anything different or missing
Is Mink
or
still there?
interfered with. Yeah, Mink's still there. Like he'd go willingly.
Any shops of note? Any like commerce? Like where we are on the street, like any
No, I deliberately put it as a bit of a just transition.
residential.
Right.
Area. Yeah. Some of those slums I mentioned.
Well, that's ominous.
Seemed like a warning of some kind. Probably should get moving.
I mean, honestly, and I know I'm kind of new to all this, really, compared to you guys, but we really should be like checking our tail more, I guess. Like wandering through the city where like Sire has like a crazy uncle after her or something.
I mean,
And
if it
not to mention all the stuff that's happened just not related to that, so.
so Sarah's passive is like ridiculous.
Mhm.
And she'll say like, I mean, you don't need to worry much, Asher. I keep my eyes very open.
Like, she also has a military
Oh.
background, a background as like a criminal, and she has a floating spirit that can act independently. So I imagine she is normally, even if it isn't said, I imagine that she normally is kind of scanning around and eyes about.
She, I think she's definitely less casual in every movement she makes than maybe Asher's natural standpoint of just being open and friendly.
Wow.
Make a
No, well, like no,
bunch
as in like she's carefree. She's like open. She's friendly.
I
She's like
thought
good
you were going to
vibes.
go have Siri go full like obnoxious ex-military then and refer to it as being like, no, she isn't like civilian. She's
Yeah.
like that
Uh,
civil
but
level of comfort.
there's a sharp contrast between that sort of like, yeah, it's good vibes, everything's
It's
good,
how
and
we
Sarah.
are out in public, love. Yeah, where you're like, and I'm like, okay. Anything else you want to do here, or just carry on uneasy?
I mean, Obsidian would suggest just speeding up.
I mean, I had plans, but I feel like that kind of throws a kink in them.
Let's move
So I will see if I can
hastily.
do them later. At a later time.
Okay. You make it to the crooked crane that may have been called the Sea's Bounty in the past. I can't remember, but it's now called the Crooked Crane. Any similarities to the tavern in Ishperta are purely coincidental and should be overlooked. It's always dark and rainy there. Well, to be fair, you've been here before, and none of you turned up to none of you turned up in Ishperta like, hey, it's the Crooked Crane. So probably shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
These city guards.
Yes.
Is it normal for there to be 3?
In this part
Guards?
of town, quite often,
Okay.
one of them clearly gives you an eye over, and one was like, hey, big fella, that mole stays on your back, yeah?
Good show.
Good.
Oh yes, this place. There used to be mice and a room full of children.
Oh! Different place.
Oh, similar layout. Deja vu.
At the bar, everyone sort of looks over. It's quite busy, but one of them sort of, from his flagon, sort of, oh, over his flagon a bit, and gives you a wave, Siri. There's that. Hello. I'm glad to see you.
I recognize this man.
Yeah, it's Ronnie.
It's Ronnie. That's not what Ronnie used to look like.
No, well,
Yeah.
Ronnie just used to have the generic bandit art.
Slight sigh of relief.
Comes over and puts his drink down on the empty table and goes to shake your hand. How have you been? Have you been? You it's been a few weeks.
You were supposed to report to me at the guild's hall.
You weren't there.
Do you not know how to write?
You can't just ask people.
Because, you know, I didn't go to school or anything. And my wife could only do the small words.
I've been worried about you.
He looks very, very embarrassed.
She looks very, very honestly, sort of, and she says like, I've been worried about you. Are you okay?
Yeah, honestly, it's been so easy.
Lysia looks around to just, let's find someone a little bit quiet. There. Is there like a table? My god, this place is packed.
Asher will be like, should we want to go to another tavern, perhaps?
We obviously, it's a quiet room over here.
With peepholes in the wall.
With what?
Peepholes
with peoples and walls. Like what?
They're at the goddamn walls.
Can me and my friends just talk about some business? Some business, please, guys. There's a bit of grumbling. What?
Death. Did you have a pony growing up, Ronnie?
Okay, it's
He
literacy.
shuffles
It's
on.
literacy, not a pony. Jesus.
So it worked. I am obviously not really just maintaining cover, but I'm now a firebrand, which they've paid decently enough. I figured there was no harm taking that while I'm waiting for you, but they haven't made me do anything illegal yet. I figure this will all come to a close before then anyway, yeah? I won't need to get involved in anything like that.
It's all good, Ronnie. Just tell us what you've been able to find out, and hopefully you find better employment elsewhere.
And hopefully what? So,
You find better employment elsewhere.
oh, well, so it was just chatting to people here for the first couple of nights, and I didn't think much was going to come of it. But a couple of nights drinking in the tavern, not a big deal. But then I got talking to some guys, and they let slip that they had work, and how did I feel about the way the city was being run by the council, what I thought of the cows, how things used to be, the good old days when you could leave your door open, you knew your neighbours were and all that. And that's when I met Gwendolyn. One of them introduced Gwendolyn to me, and she was nice enough, but then she told me about the work that firebrands do, that they've got a bad rap. Now obviously, it was all very convincing, but I know from talking to you that the bad rap is obviously justified. But they said that the bad rap wasn't justified. So I pretended to I didn't realise, let them think they were working me. Absolutely worked. And then, they have a meeting twice a week in a tavern. I was going to be going there shortly actually. Where they talk about their plans. Now, obviously, I can tell there's a meeting that happens after the meeting. I'm not important enough to be in the meeting after the meeting, but we go along, we talk about what we've learned, what we've seen, any trouble we've found brewing, and that's where Gwendolyn and Elias and the others talk to us all about what our goals are, for, what we'd like to see change in the city, and then they normally get the drinks, decent of them, have a few scoops there, and then that's when they've got a very polite way of not telling you to go and not leaving themselves, but kind of making it clear that your presence at the meeting is kind of no longer needed, but that they're going to have their own follow-up meeting. Also, and this is kind of where you almost lost me here. Look, you almost lost me here, Siri, because this is very, very nice. A weekly stipend just for trying out new bars and taverns and keeping your ear to the ground and feeding back on if people are pissed off there and if they are, Now, obviously, it's so they can hear about places to go and speak and try and find some new valuable recruits like me. But being paid to go drinking, that's not terrible, is it? You can make a living doing that. So when you say find better employment after this, that part of this coming to a close, I will be sad about, if I'm honest. But getting paid to go out for a few scoops, absolutely fantastic. But anyway, The meeting is twice a week, 7 p.m. in the Garrick Snug, and it's a nice little
Of course.
quiet thing.
It's in the gear.
In the where, sorry?
Go in there.
In the Garrick Snug. It's out in Old Town. Near the cobblers and the magic shop. Well, it's Athkatla, there's magic shops everywhere. Near the cobblers.
Should have gone in there.
Yeah, you have been stood outside this tavern on 2 separate occasions, and I think Pip and Asher have both wanted to go in, and the others have been like, no.
Meanwhile, Elias is just sitting in there, apparently handing out drinks.
Ronnie, you've done a really wonderful job. And Celia will pass the coin that he's owed. That I forget what it was, but I will discount it.
Also can't remember, we can scroll back.
Yeah, but I think I paid half in advance and then half.
I mean, I feel like I'm really starting to get their trust. My investigation could go a bit further, last a few more nights. I could drain a bit more information out of them.
Ronnie. Have you heard anything about the arsons in town recently?
Oh, yeah.
Just waiting for him to put two and two together. At least one of those shopkeepers is dead. I think you have a great path forward. You should present yourself to one of the town's councils or those within the political sphere as an informant, a man of the people. You could canvass for them. They will pay you to go out drinking and canvass for opinion and polls. Follow me here, DM. And, it's potentially much safer, so you can go to your home and sleep beside your wife every night.
What's that got to do with fires?
Firebrands.
The council's not going to pay me to start fires.
No. You were looking for similar employment where you can listen for disgruntled citizens and convey those disgruntled thoughts to people who can create change. I think that's all good. I would suggest you don't look into things anymore for your own safety. Of course, you are a free man to do whatever you wish, but you trusted my counsel before. My counsel now is you've done well.
I mean, your counsel's worked out very, very nicely for me, but let's remember our association did start with me not having a great many choices in the matter, if you know what I mean. So whilst this is great. I mean, look at these boots. These aren't even second hand. I went and bought these boots. My feet have never been so warm and so dry. My wife, we have been cleaning ourselves with new towels. Didn't even rub
Right.
them. So this has led to this has been great for me. This has been really, really good.
I'm glad. I really am. And as you can see, you can turn your life around. You don't need to resort to crime. But if you keep doing what you're doing, there will come a day where they will ask you to go back to that life. And if you get caught, no more clean towels or warm shoes. And if something worse happens, well, your wife is going to have to find someone else to donate those shoes to. I'm being as blunt as I can, Ronnie, because
I'm the only man for her. But I get what you're saying. I'll take it under heavy and serious advisement. Can't say fairer than that, right?
There's a small smile in Sarah as this man just huge force of life and heart kind of wins her over, but she looks worried for him. Your payment is here. I've put a little extra in. Don't drink it all.
That's very kind.
And if you need, any other employment, I don't know, stop by the Adventurers Guild. Maybe they need a bard hand.
I don't know if I'd be a very good barkeep. I've tried several times. My employment never lasted longer than a shift or two. I can see he's absolutely chuckling with the reminiscent mirth. You don't even need any amount of insight to imagine that this man was drinking the stock in any tavern he worked in. Very much a philosophy of one for you, one for me.
Aye, Ronnie. She looks around. I think we're on here. You take care, okay?
Oh! At the meeting, there's a password you need to give to the barkeep, so that they know that you're on the level and you weren't followed and that you're there for the meeting. Cannot believe I almost got to tell you that. The Pat leans in and said, Freya is the password.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, what are you wanting to insight about it?
I just want just kind of just to see if I detect anything in his mannerisms that kind of makes me feel uncomfortable or like.
I mean, no check needed for you to realise that obviously that's your mother's name.
No, apart from that. More like just as we kind of like finish this conversation, just if there's any.
It's the same exuberant attitude he sort of had throughout the meeting, but there's very much an air of, oh shit, I almost forgot, and then maybe a bit of like, oh, forget my own head if it wasn't screwed on, sort of energy.
I know. I'm just doing an insight check on not just the password, but just like on the encounter.
Okay.
Just listening to my gut. Just listening to my gut.
I would say, I would like us to not have full 20-minute conversations and retroactively do them. So I'd say if someone seems particularly sus at a conversation going forward, let me know and roll it then. But go and make one now to summarise that meeting. Because obviously, if he lied in the first 5 minutes and then we had a 25-minute conversation going off it, and I was like, now that seems shady. I don't want to get in a situation and say, oh, well, I would have then said.
No. I just want to know if, like, if I feel like
he seemed throughout that to have the same idiotic, honest dog energy that, like you know from meeting this guy that he's capable of robbing people. You know, he was trying to commit a mugging when you met him, but he had a legitimate, well, what he felt was a legitimate reason for it, and you obviously had that moral debate with him when he was lying on his back. But yeah, he didn't seem to be under duress or nervous like he felt he was setting you up or anything like that.
Thank you. It's nice to see you. I'm glad you're well.
And you. Love this bard.
Don't drink it all. She's gonna pass over the old amount, and you'll let me know what that is.
It would have been it would have been an amount that I imagine. I'll have a look, but surely it's an amount that the players won't even miss. But to him, is life changing.
I guess we step away.
Okay.
Did anyone seem unduly interested in what was going on?
No, they cleared the room. It's a very, very busy.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Good.
Yeah, just as you're coming out, you see somebody else going to enter the tavern. From the look of them and the tattoos, a sailor. They don't stop to chat, but on seeing Obsidian, they give a. So they head in.
So I will nod.
So yeah.
Okay.
Do you go outside or do you get back onto the streets?
And then we go back to outside, I think. So he said the Garrett snuck at 7 on Tuesday? No.
Two days a week. I can't remember what day it is in the campaign, but we'll say it is today and Saturdays. But today's a Saturday again.
Today's a Friday.
Hey, okay. Fridays and Tuesdays.
Just like produce market here. How convenient.
What do you wish to do, gang?
What time is it?
It would still be morning. I feel like it's noonish.
So efficient. How many places can we visit this day?
Before we head to the meeting, I'd like to spend a couple of moments finishing my tattoo. I still have some work on it, and
Right.
if it is going to be a fight, I'd rather go prepared.
Okay.
Yes. If we get the time, I would like to ask you two to help me with preparations for. What did we call them? Because they're not tattoos, technically. Engravings, I guess? Are they?
Yeah. You're like scale smelting, engraving.
No. Engraving the scales.
Does
When
it
possible.
feel like visiting the toilet with me really quick? Mostly I'm just in search of a door, but not a door that's on the street.
You wanting to head to the halls?
I want to just pop everyone into the halls really quick so I can tell them what I want to plan to do, and then pop right back out. It's like everybody huddle into the fucking toilet. But I don't
Okay.
want to just open any door on the street, because that'll be conspicuous.
I mean, you're not the farthest
um,
away from the Adventurers Guild. By this point, you're going to be like 10 minutes walk from the guild with where you are. You could.
Should we do it in the guild?
You head to the guild and just hop in from. We can do it with like skipping the whole guild scene if you want. Say, we go over guild, we
just
say
wanna
hi.
find a door. We don't even need to load into the halls. I literally just want to get them somewhere. Be like, hey.
We always have to load into
Milton's
Why?
is even closer.
Why do we always have to load into the halls when we stop back by there?
Sorry?
I don't like that.
Just because it's cool!
Oh, okay.
We're not meta enough that like the loading of foundry scenes as part of Setbacks' betrayal.
Okay. Listen, guys. I need to at some point run some errands today, and I need you all to be real cool about it. Ah! I'm gonna go and try and buy
What
some
does that
drugs
mean?
because I really want to see if certain drugs are back in like high availability again. Because they shouldn't be. Because we
Right.
took out the source, right? Um, so yeah, but I can't have you guys coming with me because yeah, that won't go well for the purchase.
Even an officer?
Just like, here's me and my fucking buddies. Do you mind us just all rolling up in a group? Do you have any drugs, sir?
One drug.
I'm definitely not a narc.
Is that safe for you to go on your own?
Oh yeah, no problem. I just wanted to let you know so that if you see me trying to peel off, you don't try and follow, you know, and kind of ruin the whole thing.
Right. So that was very casual
What?
in regards to the safety. We have today been warned by
Well,
people who clearly were able to follow us fairly easily,
to be
not
fair,
be seen.
that was more serious than me. I'm
You do not
more
think of us as being
practical, you know?
associated,
Oh, sure.
and you do not feel
We are serious.
you could be. You do not feel you could be taken to by someone to reach Sire, or
He has a point. If they pick you up, they could use you as leverage.
What
After
Obsidian's,
kind of
what
chuckle
was
at
Obsidian saying this the night after he snuck out by himself?
Yeah, but it's obsidian. Like, good luck.
I mean, I am more than capable.
Well,
I keep all your asses alive. Yeah, I
Right.
mean it would be no problem at all. But if you wanna try and keep close, but I feel like you kind of stand out from the crowd, you know?
Would you consider a disguise? If you are going to go on your own?
yeah, just
If you consider a disguise.
Well, no, I mean I would consider disguise. Mostly because I feel like my own face will work for me in this situation.
Above the table, because I'm not sure if you have forgotten or if you have specific other shady goals, but you know, if you've forgotten that you already have an established friendship with some trustworthy for you non-shady drug dealers who you can meet in public.
Yeah, like the doctor and
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought
I
you'd forgotten that.
genuinely just wanted to find out if
Grubby
you can just
corner guy. Yeah.
get fucking
hot
purple
shot.
dragon blood on the street again.
Hot shot.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're convinced on this path, I feel like Obsidian has voiced a genuine concern, but I won't stop you.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I'll be real honest. I do this sort of thing a lot. I was mostly just giving you a heads up this time because it was tied into the whole, you know,
yeah,
making
that's
sure it's not back on the market thing, and I didn't want you guys to blow my cover. But yeah, I'll be fine. Make
You
me
secretly
love
are
me
the.
even
that's
more, you guys.
quite
I love
alright.
how
I
how you Ash has come at this and like, hey guys, here's what I'm doing just so you don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
It's like, you have our permission. It's like, oh.
It's like,
Right.
no.
Just to be clear, I am not concerned about the people you deal with or anything random. I'm specifically thinking of targeted attacks at our group, which has been proven to be followed by multiple people. The guards clearly know what we are up to. some
Yeah, I'm not worried
nefarious
about
group
starting either. I mean, if
sends us
Ceres the
warning.
Blue's gonna come after me to get to Cere, then like he's not as much of a threat as we thought, because dude has not done his
Perhaps.
homework. So let's let's just we'll head out and we'll go do our stuff, but just
No,
if I
it's
can
alright.
out earlier or later today, no need
Mm,
to follow.
yes. Fine.
So while our heads are in the hall, is there anything you want to get started before we wrap up our session? And
Yeah, do we have money to get the fucking herb room?
If luggage has money, then we have money.
I have the loan. The party.
Have 12
Inventory.
Gs.
Yeah, we do. It's 3,000. Let's get started on the herb room, please, if everyone is okay with that.
If we weren't okay with it, Luca might cry. So
But we have the loan.
what the hell was it called?
enchanted loan.
There we go. Oh man, we're now getting to a point where we're running out of
Money.
no, not money. Let's get rid of you. What's the timer on this? Remind me.
5 days.
Gigi, can you please make a note of that on the sheet? That 5
Yep.
days are starting as of today. Day 1 of what? Day 0 of 5. And yes, the herb room begins to coalesce next door to the latrines and opposite Gigi's bedroom, Ceres' bedroom, where I assume the following morning you ushered Toothful back into the kennels and he isn't still loose in your room.
Toothful can go wherever he wants. If he wants to go in the kennels, he can.
Well, Housekeeper absolutely wants him in the kennels when not being supervised. So yeah, back to the kennels and the magical hammer space garden he has somehow attached from that. Okay, well, we will leave things there. We will pick up with whatever short chores you want next time, and then onto the Garrick Snug. So that'll be next week's session, the 9th. Okay. Thank you very much for a good session, and I'll see you all
Thank you.
next time.